right, hello everyone. Today we are doing another analyzing of my viewer videos. Now, if you are interested in participating, all you have to do is click on this video, which is I reached 1,000 subscribers, so I'm going to be reviewing you guys' videos. Or you can select, where is it? Right here. It's one of these two videos. You see the 1,000 in the thumbnail. That's the one you can click on, click in the comments, say you have a video. The rules are in this one, this 1,000 sub viewer challenge video. You want to be clear on what I'm asking from you. But with that said, let's take a look at what we're going to be looking at today. So today I've decided I'm going to be looking at a big boss. I assume that's how it's pronounced. I did look a little bit into this. I think I may have skimmed through this one as well. But let's just get straight into it, honestly. I'm going to start from the start. Let's just full screen this. Make sure we're at an okay resolution. All right, so we have 23 megabytes. Looks like we got that weapon that everybody loves. Navy SEAL weapon, 6 flashbangs, looks like it. And obviously this is a controller user. Okay, so he's got an EO tech, as I love to call it. That's right there on the label. Okay, so just like a tiny small, I don't know how nitpicky I'm going to be with this video. I'm probably going to be a lot less nitpicky and try to pause a little bit less, because the last video was 24 minutes and it ended up being an hour and 24 minutes. Yeah, just looking at where you want to aim and shoot, just in case, just so you have a little bit better of a chance, especially if you are using controller, just helps you stay on target. I'm not sure if I'd use the mirror gun, and also don't be afraid to use the mirror gun. So whenever you use the mirror gun, just a real quick pro tip, you don't need to like look in the direction. Now, this mirror gun has, I think it's like close to like 180 degrees, but it's like 160 degrees of angle. So you can like just look this way. Like if you look here, you'll be able to see around it a lot better without exposing yourself to the corner here. And also, I feel like you shouldn't really be using a mirror gun this early on. If you start a level, don't use the mirror gun right away, especially if it's just like a kind of thing like this. Just pie the area and then look both ways. Okay, so this is, yeah, you can totally use a mirror gun here. This is warranted. Okay, he sees an enemy. Remember this, he does have AI. This is just doing solo. This thing is freaking out. I would, generally speaking, pick right side to stack up, just because they don't have a chance to retreat. As soon as that door opens, they're going to get shot at from that angle. I think he's doing open and flash. There's a little extra flash, so that's a little helpful. Okay, he's weaving in with his guys. Good control, good control. So yeah, you want to make sure you want to look at the right. Yeah. Yeah, like this is relatively clean. It does probably appear to be normal by the looks of it. But yeah, he got that down pretty lucky. Sometimes I feel like tying up civilians isn't worth it a lot of the time early on. There's no real threat here, technically speaking, so it is safe. But there is a hostage threat, which was just announced like before as they were entering. That's important to note. I would just check the front door of the room just to see if it's locked. It probably is, because most of the time when that door is opened, or when it's not opened, it's usually locked. But I would just double check anyway, and then just make sure if it is, you know, locked, then you're good. But otherwise, put a wedge on it. So. He has a few more, he is using a mirror gun. I'm not sure if announcing your presence and then using a mirror gun is the best option, but because usually you want to be quiet when you're using a mirror gun so they don't like aggress or push you. But generally speaking, everything's been fine up to this point. Mirror gun. I do like that this is just like a small note and something that people really miss out on. You don't need to mirror gun straight in front of the door. He stands off to the side. He can look inside without an issue. And if you need to get a better angle, something that a lot of people don't know as well, wherever you place the mirror gun is wherever the mirror gun actually appears. It's not just like, oh, I look at any part of the door and I see under it with a static location. You can see based on where you are looking and aiming with your mirror gun, just like when you're just aiming normally with it. He sees a hostage. C4 or C2 would be good for this, and a flash. Also, just like, you know, he doesn't have a breaching shotgun, but you could pop open the top and then do that. I do like that he's paying attention to like those windows. At least like noticing that, you know, being aware of that is nice. So this is a risk. I would not throw a flash here. It's a good spot for him to throw a flash, but if there is a guy over here, you're going to get shot. And then where you can't retreat? You can retreat to the right. Even you can back up, but you're also going to be exposing yourself to those windows that he just looked at. So they can shoot through these windows. It's pretty rare, but they still do. But if the only location you have to retreat is to back up whenever you are standing here. So I would recommend staying on the right side, even though if there's nobody in the kitchen, he sees nobody's in the kitchen, throwing a flashbang on the side that the location he isn't now is totally fine. But because if there's a threat here, and there's so many times a threat here, so often, I like how they closed the door too. But yeah, that's good. I do like that he focuses on the other active threats. There's an enemy here. You can kind of see it actually even before. You can see it right here, where you see his arm. After I notice that this is clear, I'm just gonna like walk straight up, get behind cover here, and then swing this, and like hook around this angle, because you really want to take out that threat early, because your team's coming through the area here, and he does address this threat, which is really good. Now this is a really minor thing. So he gets hit, and he starts bleeding, and he immediately patches up. Most of the time, in my experience, when you do this, I mean, he has cover and he has his team to protect him, so this is totally fine. But this is just like a nitpicky thing. With other circumstances, this can kill you if you don't have like a team with you. If you are playing solo or something and you can't rely on an AI team, because you don't have it, or they're just, you know, you guys know how the AI teams can be. They kind of conk out. Make sure that you eliminate the target if you can. This one did run away, and this is why I'm saying this is totally fine, and this is what I would do. But you can wait to patch up. You can take like an extra bullet a lot of the time, because if you are patching up and you get shot, you're kind of defenseless. But yeah, this was totally the right decision, to be clear. Just be aware that this is something that in certain gunfights, it's good to just try to keep shooting when you're bleeding, because the next shot is going to kill you either way, when you're patching up or while you're bleeding. But while you're bleeding, you can still shoot back, basically, is what I'm trying to say. This is just a minor thing. I'm going to be saying this every video, I'm sure, I watch. Close the doors. So yeah, he does check this, so that's good. Close this door, close that door. Because if an enemy runs in here, and you're like, hey, I closed all these doors. They're like, hey, all the doors are open. What's going on? They're like, okay, then some ran through here. It's a really big. It's so helpful when you do this, because when it does help, it helps a lot. So you're like, wait, there's somebody here. I use it on grease palms all the time in the earlier starting room. Super helpful to know when you're like looking for that last suspect where they ran off to, because they can be very aggressive and annoying like that. Okay, so I do like this. He is mirror gunning. Honestly, you can totally just peek this. A lot of the time, mirror gun isn't necessary for most of these situations. As long as you pie very, very slowly and you have angle advantage, you're totally fine. But I do like the use of the mirror gun. Oh, that was bad flash. No. Oh, okay. So he did the flash, which was a mistake, which is okay. It happens to all of us. Happens to me all the time. After that flash goes off, I don't know why he pies very quickly, and then he sees a hostage, because he did hear somebody, right? And actually, that's why he threw the flash, and he missed it. Just wait, take out a flash, throw another one, no rush. Now, he's very overexposed here, and that's what I'm saying. So he definitely rushes out a little bit too quick, and then you have to engage and take a hostage shot. And when you're out exposed like that, you're going to get hit like this and just bleed. So you have no choice. And now AI team is so annoying, because they just block the doors, and he's just stuck in the worst position ever. Oh, he's got the wiggles. Okay, there we go. You can, I don't know what the button is for controllers, but you can use Alt lean to help with this, where you can lean a little bit further. So when you're throwing like a flash grenade or something, you can throw it without exposing too much of your body, or at least you can return to cover at least at minimum with that a little bit faster. So yeah, just making sure to use that lean. I don't know the free lean as it's called. I don't know how to do it on what you call it. So this is good. I did think he did get shot from, I thought, down there. I'm not quite sure. And a lot of the time, so unless it does look like he's trying not to kill the hostage and the hostage taker, I should clarify. It is good that he is throwing flashes, throw it far, close to him, and it stuns him. That's great. He gets in there, he yells. So the issue I have here is that you're crossing this spot, this railing, and exposing yourself to the downstairs without having checked it. Now, let's say, for example, let's say in the earlier stages of this map, remember I was like, oh, go check that door, see if it's locked, see if it's whatever. You could have mirrored gunned that door for more intel of like, who's downstairs, right? Like just knowing like a number of enemies, or if there's a civilian out there, can help a lot. Yeah, so this is generally good. I wouldn't secure anything until you've secured this area. Get your guys to like push up here. I assume he's just going to go straight for the hostage here. So yeah, just being aware of the bottom layer. Like right now, he's fine, but on the on another run, you know, they're going to be shooting at you, and it can be quite awful. And he did take this. I think he's just the biggest thing here that I'm noticing is just he's taking these corners way too quickly. He exposed himself to a large amount of space here very quickly. Like, wow, this is a couple frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So like these are frame by frame. This is a lot of space. Targets are usually here, sometimes over here with another hostage, and sometimes it's pretty rare, but they can be close, and then they're usually, in my experience, on the left side a lot of the time. But like, this is a very scary movement. Now, obviously, you can use your, you know, other senses like hearing. See what's going on. If you yell and you don't hear anybody, that is a good sign. Okay, and now the infamous room that everybody thinks is too easy or too hard. But they have low caliber weapons, so generally speaking, it's not too crazy. As I say, he walks in with like a AK or something.
Unlock it.
Okay, so it looks like he's going to lock the door. Not sure if he's going for breach charges. I do like a little bit of attention to detail. He's looking around, you know, maybe one snuck up, or maybe just looking for civilians. It is good to watch those corners, just as a habit, even if you aren't. Oh, okay. So I assume he's going to go use the vent trick that a lot of people know by now, I think. I do like he is checking rooms. So here's another example. Let's say you did miss an enemy for some reason somehow, and they were in here. You wouldn't know because all the doors are already open. If these doors were open when you come in here, you're like, wait, there's an enemy in here. Obviously, this doesn't happen very often on this map because it is one of the earlier maps, but it's something just to know, like just in general, right? Especially if you don't know the map. Oh, he's going to mirror it. I don't know if you can mirror this very well. He's looking low to the ground. I guess he's trying to see for feet. Oh, he's got 2 stingers. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I kind of like this. I do like that he threw a second one, actually. But I kind of would want him to save one of those stingers for around that corner once he breaches. Just because flashes are a little bit less bouncy than stingers. Okay, yeah, just like overexposures. I mean, he did stinger the other one. But once again, I'm just a big thing with like overexposure. This wasn't too bad. He does stop kind of in the center of the doorway. Just be like a little bit more further back, and then everything is fine. So he's trying to breach. I do like that he's closing this door. That's good. I would just open that door again and just kind of clear that room. Takes like half a second while your guys are moving in. This is commander mode, as he said. Is this door open? This door is open, I think. But he's taking a lot of fire. Generally speaking, when I hear fire, like someone's firing at either myself or a teammate, I usually will respond by getting there, obviously, number one, within a safe distance, so I'm not just gonna run in and get shot. But he does have one flash left. I'm not sure if he's saving that for the last room, which I advise. But throwing a flash just to kind of halt the threat. Okay, shooting through wall. Okay, he has armor piercing, nice. Spending a little less time looking at the body. And yeah, I mean, like, this is a pretty average run. I think, you know, a good percentage of the time, if he ran this again the exact same way, he'd have a few deaths. But generally speaking, he does have a lot of, like, core ideas, you know, relatively down. Anime made outfit on the painting or whatever, or like the thing is hilarious. Flash, getting in there. Guys have shields. Yeah, just okay, good. And then yeah, I like this one's not too bad. I assume this is on standard. But yeah, movement, generally speaking, is fine. He did say that after this. What was that? I think that was Chaos. Michael. That was Michael. Yeah, I mean, I don't have too many things to say about this. They're still hostile. We just didn't secure somebody in the main room. Yeah, like in this situation, right? Let's say it's another map that's a little bit harder, where the enemies are a little bit more, you know, have a little bit more deadly weapons. Also, I would not be cleaning this up as there's a hostile somewhere. Always clear. And as I said, just with doors, I really don't like how he's clearing the bathroom. You should have cleared this on your way in. Number one. And number two, obviously, like when people clear this room, they don't close the door behind them, which is fine. Most of the time, you end up using C2, so there is no door to close. But coming out here without a team is very scary, because a lot of the time they can, you know, flank you, even on the lower modes like standard, where they still will try to seek you out, generally speaking. I assume just, why does my spacebar button never work? There we go. So there's a hostile left, and still civvies. Let's see where this last civvy is. He's shouting around. That's good to look for the target. Try not to hang out in the doorway for too long. Put your hands up. Oh, yeah. So here's like an example where having your weapon be aiming at where an enemy will likely appear. Now, and this is a principle a little bit more for controller users than PC users, because a lot of the time, you know, PC has the advantage of being able to quickly snap to a target. Controller people don't have that in the bag. They have to move as fast as their movement limit is, where I can quickly jolt with my mouse, right? I can control the speed. And so he is aiming kind of like center area. There's likely not going to be anyone in this general aiming region where I'm kind of like circling with my mouse. Just in this area. So having your weapon always readied. If this was on hard and he stepped out, he didn't see him. He would have, this engagement would have been potentially the end of him. So just making sure to aim at locations where there's a possible threat that's going to appear is just, I would say, the biggest thing. And there we go. We got the search and secure. So he did complete it. See what he got. A+, nice. Does it say the difficulty? He did get it on hard. think this is on standard, if I'm not mistaken. Based on this, I don't know. I can't remember the numbers because I know they increase suspects for this stuff. But yeah, let's see. Oh, he's showing us a loadout. Nice. A little quick. Look. Okay. Take a look at this. All right. 5.7. Favorite weapon. No harm done. Ceramic. AP 6 and 2. Or sorry, 5 and 2. No pistol mag. Okay, so I like that. I do like that people are kind of adopting that idea that you don't need pistol mags. I really do appreciate that kind of like thought process, right? Especially when you have a completely viable weapon that can hold more ammo per point of your allocation of things. Sight ASR break. I'll be honest, you don't need to use this ASR break. Use the SFMB. There's, as far as I've researched, there is no reason to use this ASR break. It just gives, like, I think, I can't remember what someone said. That there was a post on Steam that very well clarified the values of the reduction, and they haven't changed over many years apparently. When I was retesting them, like, yes, this one seems to be like provides good amount of recoil reduction. I think it's like 25 or something, a little bit less than a suppressor. Suppressors are less. They are like 15% or something. Just use SFMB break has like 45%, recoil reduction. It's kind of insane. Armor piercing. Yep. So yeah, I do like this. He has 5 mags. I don't even think he went through. I think he went through like 2 mags or something. Tops with me. I think he reloaded. Yeah, ballistic and blast. Yeah, we got all this stuff. So he's showing his like, damn, look at this. Look at my drip. Oh, did I see a grease palms tattoo? Oh, that's megabytes. Never mind. I was about to say something. Okay. Damn. Grease palms, S rank. So yeah, just to kind of like recap a little bit. I think the biggest thing is just, I feel like you don't need to use a mirror gun for this. You just use your eyes because it is very open and exposed. There has been enemies, super rare occasion, on the left and not on the right because they like patrol out and they walk across the balcony here. This door obviously can be open, but when you're using a mirror gun, and let's say you're just like a teensy bit exposed and they see you and notice you and they shoot at you, you gotta like swap back to your weapon. This is like a super minor thing, but these things happen. So you just check the left. So I think the biggest thing, there's a couple things, is just I would kind of practice learning how to pie thresholds. And I think that would definitely increase survival rates through doors and such. And stacking, I feel like stacking on the left side was a mistake because once that door opens, even if you're throwing a flashbang as soon as that door opens, they shoot very quickly, especially on hard. Going through here. So once you've like cleared and secured this area, just checking that door. You look at that for like a millisecond here. Just check that door, see if it's locked. Because maybe for some reason it isn't, and you just got super lucky, and that's the unlocked door. So wedging it would be handy. Going up to it and using a mirror gun, see what's on the other side or something. You don't have to go through it, just see what's on the other side. And then this is good. And yeah, just making sure you're aiming where an enemy will likely be. So as it's like super minor nitpicky. And with this, I do appreciate the mirror gun using here because this is a deadly area because it just has, it's really bad because the light visibility. And then stacking on the door here, I wasn't a fan of, because if that door opens and there's somebody in that kitchen, you are going to get shot 100%. Actually hilarious how often people die in this location as well, from my experience like just playing online. I do like that he's looking at the threat area. He maybe has played this game before, like this level, I mean. Taking cover where your team is, I think is good. Crouching, good stuff. And then this is just my thing. I'm gonna be probably saying this every video I watch with my viewers, but just close those doors behind you. I do like the mirror gun here. I think it's good. He does whiff his flashbang, which is fine. Happens to everybody. But then the issue here was, and probably doesn't know, as I said, just using that free lean to throw it a little bit better, so you're a bit more in cover. But that was fine. And what was it? Where was it? After that flashbang goes off, when he misses, hold on. When he misses, coming out here was very, very risky. You don't need to push this as quickly as you did. Just stay around the corner, tiny peaks, distance peaks. I do like that he goes out fast. That is something. There's something to be said about like going around a corner quicker, but just not exposing yourself as much. That's all. It's just trying to minimize your exposure. You can peek quick, really quick. You don't even have to lean. Just like walk here, but just conceal a little bit more of your body, because you basically stepped out almost 100% here. I mean, you basically did. And shots, you know, it's futile. I do like his choice to go back and re-engage with a flashbang. So I do really like that. And as I said, it's learning. I don't know what the button is for controller. I don't even know if controllers can use it, but using that free lean would be really, really helpful. Why is my thing not working? Gotta zoom in. And then not securing this guy until your team is in front of you, which they do get here pretty quickly, pretty promptly. Okay, let's see. Yeah, and once again, it's funny, he kind of makes this mistake after he comes back. He's just not aiming at locations of where they could be. He is aiming head level. And there's something to be said about like not aiming down sights when you're looking through this area, because you're kind of, this is your window of vision a lot of the time. And if this big block is blocking an enemy, let's say here, you're not going to see him until he starts shooting at you most of the time. Yeah, just aiming. The biggest takeaway is just like aim where you think an enemy's going to be. Minimize your exposure whenever you're just like going around a door. And then I think there was one other one I wanted to say that was like something. Evolve is what it was. Oh, and I would just say like, yeah, just closing doors. Closing doors, minimizing exposure around corners and hallways and windows and all that stuff. And what was the other one? Oh, and then just like another thing too is minor, is just like utilize your mirror gun. Your doors. If there's a door to mirror gun, there's no harm in it, especially if you haven't seen the other side of it, right? Yeah, overall this is pretty decent overall. He's probably like an average player for sure. Has a little bit of experience in playing the game, or maybe games in general, so he understands like some basic principles here generally. I do like his utilization of gadgets. I really do like that. Mirror gun definitely does help a lot in these engagements, but yeah, I think this overall was pretty good. Just some minor things that you need to improve on. And yeah, I would say, just as I said, the biggest takeaway: close doors behind you, focus threats. I'd make sure to minimize your exposure to enemies. So those are like the big takeaways, I would say. Because when you're coming around this corner and you don't see this guy, this was definitely a potential death on hard mode, or just another instance. You know, you get an extra shot or a lucky shot, and you just get unlucky. Because you definitely did get lucky here. But yeah, overall this was good. The last one I reviewed, I think it was Penguin or whatever, I did make a lot of like criticisms or whatever, or like, you know, pointed things out, or, you know, ask questions. Just try to, if you are to respond to this video, whoever the person I'm watching is, just make sure to keep it super concise and be like, you know, give me a timestamp. I will do it. Just try to keep it super short, because my last viewer is very thorough and I appreciate his thoroughness. So all this is to say, just keep it very short and concise if you do have any questions or comments related to the video and my review of you kind of thing. But yeah, I really liked, as I said, thank you for submitting this. It takes a lot of, you know, gall to submit yourself and have someone review you. It's always tricky. Oh, and just a minor thing, as I said, try using an SFMB break. See if it might be different even on console. I don't even know. I'm kind of curious, actually. Maybe I should plug in a controller and test these things out at seeing like the differences between how something might feel with a controller. But on console, or sorry, on PC, having SFMB break, lowest recoil, so definitely recommend that. Yeah, I really like that he had the mags. I really like his use of gadgets, and I like his kind of like ability to like assess a situation and know that he's like safe and he can just throw a flashbang, right? I think he's definitely good at like, you know, sitting there and thinking for a little bit, and you know, he sees a hostage here, so he thinks like, hey, like this is a good spot. Minus the thing here, that which is an issue, is just like there could be a potential enemy here. But like the angle at which he's throwing a grenade here is technically totally awesome, right? So maybe there's no one in the kitchen and you throw this, like this is a good angle. It lets your team enter flow pretty well. I don't know why that door closed, but but yeah, I really like this, and he engages his target really well. He doesn't push his target. He doesn't push his target. Awesome. Fight with your team. Your team's there for a reason to help. They help out. They push. They do well. They have shields. So yeah, he definitely seems to utilize his like even that little check. I like that check. He pies around here, and this is a good example of like what you should do, right? Pie around that corner, aim where you think the threat's going to be. Have that gun already pointed, especially for controller users. That's going to make a big difference. PC, you can kind of get away with it, but you should, I mean, you should do it no matter what. But on console, it's a little bit harder to get away with because you have to quickly do it. He does a little shoulder check before entering. Love it, you know. In insanely rare instances, and maybe even now. I mean, another thing too. Always, it sounds silly, but check more of the room. With this is going to be a minor thing that'll kill you eventually. It's not going to happen all the time. It's probably going to be a super rare instance. But whenever you enter a room, you kind of like peek into a room. I would probably do this because I know the map and I'm like, oh, there's no one here. There's going to be still very rare occurrences where there is someone there. Also, I do this a lot too. I literally do this all the time, pretty much. I would say, actually, not a lot. I actually do it all the time. Minus like one instance where it did happen. But the door on the left here that leads up to the balcony, it can be opened and then closed and have an enemy out there. So when you enter, you don't see. It was a super rare occasion. It happened to me once, as I said. And they were on the left and they killed me. I was like, that's insane. But yeah, just make sure you are clearing as much as you can, even if it is a little bit tedious, even if it takes a bit more time. Just always, the biggest thing, biggest takeaway, no matter what viewer's video I watch, is just always going to be saying, do your due diligence, don't take risks, be extra safe, take your time to decide and make a decision. And him having this mirror gun definitely helps, like, him assess the situation, decide what needs to be used and done, and then he can kind of be like, okay, I know I need to approach this. I hear somebody, I'm yelling, right? He's kind of aiming in the general area. And this is a minor thing too, right? He's aiming down, which is good, which I'm saying, oh, you're supposed to aim at the target. Right now, he's aiming down, and if he sees a target, because he can see better without his sight in the way, he can aim up, of course. And this is an acceptable distance or range that I would say is good, especially since, you know, you're just trying to see as much as you can see. That's why laser pointer's kind of OP. The whiff. I love the whiff. This happens to everybody. It's funny every single time. And this exposure, like, he sees him. Flash is so funny. He sees him here. Pull back. He takes a few more steps and then he walks out and gets shot. But yeah, other than that, like, I really like this video. There's obviously things everyone can improve on. So yeah, I'll just recap one more time, annoyingly, but try not to expose yourself too far out of angles or doorways. When you're coming around a corner or whatever, always just be looking where you think the threat's going to be. Just be a little bit more thorough with, you know, finding enemies and hostiles. Make sure you clear a room, you know, effectively before moving on, because there was one enemy running around, but you don't know where he was. And he may have been on the first floor, potentially, like in the stairwell. And just checking that would minimize that potential mistake in the future over here. Because if you clear this with your team, when you were coming down before. I just got a little bit too far ahead. Yeah, he clears this. He knows there's a guy out there. He goes down. If you cleared this with your team earlier, you could have prevented this mistake. Right? This is a really bad engagement for you. And that was like, I would say like this is the biggest, like this is the mistake of the video, is just this one where you are in a really bad disadvantaged position. You still got him and you got really lucky, right? But in other circumstances, this is always just going to be a big disadvantage for anybody engaging that. And we always want to try to avoid those things. But yeah, other than that, like, it was really great. As I said, if you just would have cleared this bottom here with your team after you cleared everything else for the streamer room, because it's usually locked. But, you know, that's me knowing the map and stuff. But going with your team would definitely, basically, it would eliminate the situation, and you wouldn't have to kind of clear and be like, uh-oh, where is he? Play hide and seek. You know, that's why they call it ready or not, because you're always playing hide and seek with the last suspect. All right, but yeah, this is awesome. Thank you for submitting. Big Boss, I think his name is. Big Boss Invisible, I guess it's his channel. Thank you for submitting. It's always difficult to submit these types of things, so I really appreciate you submitting, and it definitely takes a lot of courage and stuff to show videos and stuff like that and share your gameplay, because nobody loves being judged most of the time, my experience. But yeah, we did really well otherwise. Just a few minor mistakes, and then just that last one could have been avoided to not lose that advantage. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions of any viewers that I'm going to review, or, you know, anyone who wants to participate, you can ask questions, of course, for any clarification. But that is going to be it for the video. Thank you for submitting your video, Big Boss. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day.